Hello, good day, and welcome to the brand new podcast that you did not know that you needed in your life.
So if you were just needing a topic that really just settles your soul or looking for something random to listen to, go ahead and hit us up.
Subscribe, like, follow us. Not in real life, though, because that's really creepy.
Smash the button. Smash that like button.
I am your co host, Casey.
And I'm Brooke. So the first topic we're going to get to for our first podcast is going to be villains. Top 10. So 5 from me and 5 from my co-host KC. And we're going to see if we can't, I don't know, try to rank them. And then at the end, we will give the most vile of these creatures,
Ooh.
fiction and nonfiction. We're gonna give them an award. Not like we're praising them or anything, but just like this guy tops everyone on the list.
Just despicable.
Yep. We're gonna hold a vote, and then next time you can let us know which one you think
Yeah,
should have
who
been
you
top.
number one? Who your number
Yeah.
one villain is?
Yep. And again, I stress we're not praising them. All
By
right.
no means.
So after you, milady, what is
All
your
right.
fifth? We're gonna start from the bottom. What would be your pick?
So I'm gonna go a little controversial. I'm gonna say number 5, Joffrey Lannister from the
Hmm.
number one series in the entire world, Game of Thrones, as that little shit.
The most hated blondie since Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy hit the scene. I
Potter.
gotta say, I gotta say, he was a little shit. I did not like him. The actor did a fantastic job.
Just too good of a job. Like, I don't understand how people cannot separate an actor from the character, but I mean, it was such a good job that he did it being bad that he like retired from acting. That and that's not the
Oh,
first character, like to have been affected in real life.
you're right. Cersei's character, hell, she had one in the show with her and the what's his name, the one that says
Her ex
Bran,
Braun.
Braun, yeah, Braun.
Yes.
She had to deal with that in real life, and that's like something that was really hard for her. But they made it
Wow.
work
I'm
with some
curious about some of the
compromise.
details. Yeah, they couldn't be on set at the same time, and like that whole thing was crazy.
I
But
know. I so want to be nosy. I want to be nosy so bad.
right,
But
it's like what happened?
spilled the tea. Bend the knee and spill the tea.
Oh yeah, but Joffrey literally from that, when he was walking around with Sansa and like, "Oh, I'm going to play the nice prince and my lady can have whatever whatever." And then he thought he was like Mr. Big Man with his actual sword and like trying to fuck up Micah, and then when Nymeria bit him on the arm and he turned into a little wuss, it was like, "Oh, it bit me." Like, bro, we see you for what you are.
Right? That's why I say he's like Draco Malfoy because he did that too. My
Oh
father was
yeah.
ill about this.
When he got something by the hippogriff.
Yep. Hell,
Oh,
even
that's
when Hermione went and punched his ass in the face.
punched dead in the face. Yes. Yeah. So I'm gonna start off a little controversial. Joffrey's my number 5 pick. So what you got? What is your number 5?
Well, I went Game of Thrones as well.
Ooh,
My boy Ramsay Bolton.
Snow.
Sorry, not my boy Bolton. He did a really good job. However, he kind of like cut his nose off despite his face when he killed his whole family lineage without thinking about it. It's like you just
Mhm.
extinct yourself. You are now a dinosaur. Congratulations. And those dogs haven't ate all day. Like it's one of those
Listen.
he's one of those villains that when he gets his comeuppance, you feel it and it feels good.
Puppy kisses.
So that's why I think he was a good villain. He acted his part very well.
Oh yeah, damn. Like very good acting for that. Just yeah, as you said, it was intense, and I know it already was like a mind fuck for me. That thing, the first thing that he pulled with that whole situation before the Reek situation, but when he like had Theon escape, he was like, "Hey, come on, let's go find them. They're over here," and took him on that whole hunt, turned him all around, brought him back through the bottom of the castle, right back where they started. Like that, just that was a mind fuck in itself. And then the way he just played with everybody and just wanted to be the king of chaos. Like,
He
yeah.
was the Joker of the series. I will have to agree with you on that one. He very much had that playful evilness that Joker
Hmm.
has.
Oh, that
Like my
smile.
yes, my favorite part and the one part where I was like, "Ooh, this man is scary," is when he told that girl, "If you can make it out the woods, you
You
win."
win.
Like perfect Joker line, executed beautifully.
Hmm.
Give this man an Oscar. Oh,
Sausages for me.
oh no, saucy.
Just the
It
little
was
shake.
awful.
The little
Yeah. He that's why I want to say he had a very good you as you said, he has a really good way of playing with your mind.
hmm.
Thinking you're safe and then he strips it away and strips other things away at that. But that is my number 5 pick.
All right. Moving right along to number four. And spoiler alert, it's the only real life um, item on my list. So I like to keep it fiction. But I'm going to say number four, top villainous. And it's not an individual person, it's an organization, the Salvation Army. Fuck the
Ooh.
Salvation Army. Um, Now, I know that they are being exposed little by little, and we have like decades of information that we don't even know. And some of the things that we do know, like, it's just disgusting. They claim to be a nonprofit organization, they hardly pay their people. There's like just piles of history of sexual abuse against like the kids in their care. They're not caring for like entire swaths of community, like the LGBTQ plus communities, and then like homeless communities. Like, and from personal experience, I've actually reached out to them as an organization in a dire time of need that I needed help. I at the time was homeless and reached out for, some homeless assistance. And lo and behold, oh my God, I didn't know that, not having a home, being homeless, by having a job didn't qualify me for homeless assistance. I don't know. Two and two don't get put together. But yeah, I could go on and on. I just watched a video today about just atrocities that they've committed around the world, and it's terrible. My blood boiled the entire time. Fuck the Salvation Army. That's all I have to say about that one.
All right. Also, I heard it was 75 cents. 75 cents is what they're paying the people ringing those bells. Cruel, unusual punishment. I agree. Not a good
Terrible.
organization. You will not see any of my coinage this
No, and
Christmas.
the folks that ring those bells, I feel bad for them. Like they are not their organization. Like if I encounter them, I have no reason to be rude to them or like, cause them any sort of like distress or anything, but just a polite, nah, I'm good. I'm not giving you any of my hard-earned money. So, eh. But yeah. And your number four pick.
My number 4. I'm going to go fictional cuz I'm the opposite of you. Most of mine are real people. Cuz I find real people to be the scariest people of all.
It's true.
So I'm going to go with Griffith because I don't like how they make you fall in love with him in Berserk, idolize him, his whole team loves him, and then he just crushes them, using them as stepping stones to get what he wanted.
Oh no.
And he sexually assaulted Casca in front of Gus. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, that hurt. That hurt way too much. And
belated
traumatized
spoiler
her.
alert.
And traumatized her. Yes, sorry, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen
If you
Berserk,
haven't seen,
great anime. It's old, so I mean, but if you're
if
into
you've had
anime,
time.
I've given you enough time. It is not too soon. But yes, I digress. Griffith, just the way that they play with your heartstrings, make you like him, and then
Mm.
just he crushes it because he decides to go and try to take the crown in a different way when he shouldn't have. He should have
Oh
just waited.
man.
So no, I'm mad at Griffith. Yep, that's my villain. That's my hated villain. Like
Oh.
the way they mess with your feelings, just
Hmm.
chef kisses
Just
on the writing.
kind of magnifies like all of his like ill intended actions even more because you like rooted for him leading
Yeah,
up until that just 180.
cute Tyra Banks. I was rooting for you.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
Like seriously, Griffith, why you gotta tear my heart out like that? Mm, mm. But I digress. So, what would be your number three?
Number three. All right, so this is where it gets a little tough. Just trying to figure out how much I despise these characters, but I went ahead and settled for number three, Captain Blackjack Randall from the
Ooh,
series Outlander. And oh my word, like
there's a
if
lot to
you,
hate there.
if you have not seen Outlander, it is based on the series by Diana Gabaldon. It shows on what's the channel? Showtime? No, not Showtime. The other one that like nobody has. Um,
It's on
but
Hulu. It's on Hulu.
on this specific specialty channel, I cannot remember the name of the movie
I
channel
think
right
it's
now.
Showtime.
No, not Showtime. It's the other one. Captain Blackjack Randall is a distant relative of the quote present day, which is about I think they started in like the 50s, 60s era of Claire Randall's husband. It's a distant relative, and he's like super into his like family lineage or whatever. And the on-screen portrayal is done like just extra chef's kiss because the actor plays Jack Randall and his future slash present day distant relative that's married to Claire, and like his acting is just superb. Like he plays kind of a mild mannered college professor in the present day, and then as Captain Blackjack Randall, he plays this British officer of the dragoons that just does some ooh, he does some things that just stay with you. And I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but if you have any interest in historical fiction, historical romance, time travel, kind of light, like magic, not too much on the magical elements, but there's definitely some things, some highland tradition, highland history, the uprising, that kind of stuff all rolled into one. It's a very like interesting story, but like damn, she knows how to write a villain.
And a
It's
damn catchy just song at the beginning. Sing me a song. I was like, oh man. And then the one thing that I really like about the show is that throughout the season, sometimes the beginnings, the title song kind of changes the fit the story.
the yeah,
I
for that
love it.
particular season. I
Yes,
They did
it's
something
kind of
similar
give
in Weeds
yes, and in Game of Thrones,
to
not
oh
with the
like the
song, but with the
the
intro.
yeah, what they were showing. True.
Yes,
Yeah.
like what stories was being played out at that time, and who was
Hmm.
taking the castle. Like Winterfell
Oh yeah,
was
when they changed the banners.
yes, changing of the banners. That it felt so good because you're like, Bolton's gone finally. The wolves are back,
Oh yeah, everybody cheered.
right?
But yeah, what's your number three pick? Who you got for us?
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna go a little heavy. This is for all my murder mystery people out there, like in crime, true
Is it
crime.
Monday? Is it Monday?
It is actually Wednesday, but who's counting? So mine is going to be Ed Gein, otherwise known as Edward Theodore Gein, known as the Butcher of Plainfield or the Plainfield Ghoul. He's
Oh,
a serial killer. His crimes have been portrayed in a lot of movies that you might actually know. One being, and I think everyone knows this one, the one that dresses up like his mother. I think we know this one as Psycho. Yeah, a lot of his stuff was taken from Psycho. However, what's not discussed is that they don't know if he actually killed people. He did kill one confirmed kill, and then he made like a human lady suit out of her,
oh,
but they don't know if he killed all these people or if he was just a grave robber. But he died of cancer at the age of 77 in a Wisconsin prison. He was famous for skinning people alive. So, like Buffalo Bill is another one. I think Buffalo Bill, not Psycho, is the one that made a movie about him, like after him. So that's kind of what they were drawing off as real life stuff for Silence of the Lambs.
so not only did this guy have like multiple names, but like he had multiple movies made
No, no,
of.
no. He's just the one. I'm sorry. It was just the like you know how he made like lamps, shades and stuff like that in
Ooh.
Silence of the Lambs. He did that in real life.
Oh my goodness.
But what's not too certain is if he cannibalized any of his victims. They don't know that, but they do know he skinned them alive and made furniture out of them.
Oof.
Chairs and stuff. It was weird. Maybe if he focused that on something good, like actually making upholstery out of, I don't know, cow instead of
But
humans, that
but
would
not
be
skinning them while they're alive.
no, 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 not that. But just saying, maybe if he would have redirected this into something else and gotten help for his mental issues, because I think he was schizophrenic.
Hmm.
Um, he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, but they still said he was fit for trial. So he got life in prison.
Hmm.
So he got what was coming to him.
Wow.
But that's my darkness for today. What is your
Number two, we're almost at the top. Number two, I am going to put on, yes, and this may come as a surprise to some, Julia from the anime Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, come on. I knew you were going to say that one.
Ugh,
She's awful to Spike.
she's awful to everybody, okay? It is
True.
her fault. It is her fault. Her little, and I'm basing this mainly on the anime, and the live action Julia, she does get a little hate too, because to a degree the basic premise of like where the fuckery comes from is the same, is that her little fast self was fucking around with both Spike and Vicious, and it's literally her fault why Spike is gone. Like, had you just not, we would still have our Spike. We wouldn't have to be crying at the end when he says bang and then like he's just gone and then that's the end of it. But fuck you, Julia. So,
Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm.
that wouldn't be like making me try to cry every freaking time. Like every
The
time I watch
real
that last episode.
fools.
Tonight.
Shadow. Yes. Oh man, that was heartbreaking. I didn't like how they did that. I don't like
Oh,
how they killed him off.
they were real slick with that. It took me like a couple of watches back in the day, like to realize they were those scenes where it's kind of like flashback and like it was her in the same bed, same position, and then you would see Spike and then Vicious, like, and it was quick, and I was just like, what? Wait a minute, and then pieces started falling together, and I was just like, oh, heifer. So, you know, what is your number two pick?
My number 2. Okay, I got one more fictional up my sleeve. I'll make it a little light. I'm gonna strike the one that I was going to put in here because he's gotten enough press, and I'm tired of people glorifying him. No more Dahmer. Sorry, terrible human being, villain nonetheless. But I'm gonna go with it is I deal. Oh my god! Yes, I love. Okay, it's It if you don't know, now you know. Dio is from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and he is the villain across the ages. He stole a body of his enemy because it was powerful and put his head on top. He took Jothrin Jonestar's body. How villainy is that? And you always think you killed him, but it is I, Dio. I mean, that's like a catchy phrase. You
Yeah,
see
so
that
that
if you see that or menacing, you know what anime it is right off the bat.
that's so funny. It's me malicious for sure. I have definitely seen him pop up in quite a few places, and yeah, 100% can confirm.
And like his power, his stanza or stand is the world. It is the most powerful stand, second to JoJo, Jonther and Jonestar. Not like they're okay. Here's the thing: them in Game of Thrones kind of get on my nerves with the spelling of their like with the names because it's JoJo, Jonther and Jonestar. Like there's so many JoJos. Now we got Jolene.
Not the song.
No, not the song. Thank you, Dolly Parton. Loved it. But Jolene, and it's JoJo's daughter. Which JoJo? I'll let you watch the anime to find out. But
Oh,
it's good. It really is good.
all right, all
So
right.
what is your number one pick?
Ooh, drum roll, please. And again, from an anime, I'm going to have to say the number one villainous villain because I still get like choked up at this one particular scene. Takumi, the bassist from Trap
Oh,
Nest from the anime Nana, is a cold hearted bastard.
yes, he is heartbroken. Oh, I remember you showed me that at your house. That broke my heart watching that. I was like, you asshole.
The scene, just the simple and it's I haven't watched it in English to see if it like conveys the same thing, but when she's like, huh? The phone, and then you just see the pupil just dilate, and it's like, Takumi, don't call no. Oh, my heart. Like,
Mm.
every time. Every time. And then, needless to say, what happens after they get married, which I don't recall if they go that far into the anime, but if you check out the manga, like, spoiler alert, it deals with some real life just and this is also another reason why people hate Hachi, like Nana Komatsu. She just makes some decisions, but I mean, I guess it's part of, trying to stick with the decisions that you've made up until this point, but like just she was blinded by all that hair. He's got some long hair. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I hope he never cuts his hair." Well, bitch, you gonna find out. But yeah, definitely Takumi.
Very good pick.
And your number one pick?
Madam, I'm going with a real life person. It is Carl Dinky. Now, who's Carl Dinky, you might ask? He's a
Mm-hmm.
German serial killer who's also a cannibal. He
Oh,
cannibalized dozens of homeless vagrants and travelers from 1903 to 1924.
oh my.
He's regarded as the forgotten cannibal or the cannibal of, and I can't say this right, Zabais. It's Polish. I'm sorry, I can't. I tried,
You tried.
but he basically was seen as a saint. They He was a great guy. They used to call him in German Papa. They love this guy. And this is in 1903 and there was starvation at the time and this man was selling pickled pork.
Not long pork.
Long pork to a lot of
Oh
people. And
my
he
gosh.
jokingly said this to one person. This is the only confession they got out of him. Um I've been eating human meat for like 6 or 7 years straight. And the person thought he was joking, like, ha ha ha, you're funny. Because, like, everyone's starving. And so any food is. They basically tried to politicize his killings, saying that the reason why he did this is because of starvation. He ended
Uh,
up killing himself before he could be brought to justice.
oh my gosh.
But he killed dozens of homeless people. It was awful. But he
Oh,
hung himself, and yeah, and he had about 30 plus victims.
wow.
Yes, this is my top pick on villains, because I mean, dude, you got cannibalization, you got moitas, so many moitas.
And all of this at the turn of the century. Like,
And you have the heartstring where they're like somebody that they actually like, that the whole neighborhood likes. They called him Papa. That was their father. He was a father figure to people. And he used that to go and kill all these people. So it kind of has the heartstrings of Griffith with the
the,
gruesomeness of Ed Gein is and that's why I picked him, because he has all of the mix up of some of the villains I've already picked all in one,
mhm.
and he's real. And those were fictional. Some of those were fictional.
Wow. Yeah, that's intense. Um, yeah, so we've got this very interesting and diverse list of just things, organizations, people, real and fictitious, and it's crazy that some of these fictional characters and the things that they've done are based on some real live actions that real live people have taken.
I know. And it's kind of makes you think next time you go to one of those like places on the side of the road selling pork sandwiches, make sure you're not getting one of those Mrs. Lovett pies from Sweeney Pie. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So we have Ramsey Bolton, Ed Gein, Carl Dinky, Griffith, and Dio for my five. And your five?
We've got Joffrey Lannister, not a Baratheon. The Salvation Army, fuck those guys. Captain Blackjack Randall. Julia, whatever her face is. And Takumi, the bassist of Trapnest.
So who's your pick out of all of the ones we have listed? Who gets the villainy?
That's a hard. Well, all right. So a couple of your real life guys are not around anymore. So that's good. um,
Amen.
and then from my list, I mean, like a couple of them, they are either not around or they've, it's like action, not necessarily continuous actions, or they've passed on. It might just be because it's getting to be that time of year. I'm gonna have to say the Salvation Army, because like who knows what other things that they have been up to. Like if actually people have died back in New York when there was like a snowstorm or something and they weren't given like adequate facilities to house themselves. All of the like allegations of sexual assault over the years that have gone like completely unreported or not handled in the right way, or even if they were reported half-assed, like the people still work with children. Like just it's terrible, y'all, and they're still going out. They've got a fantastic PR team that raises millions of dollars every year. They get government subsidies to continue on as a nonprofit organization, and they barely dole out any of their profits to the people that make their organization. They are terrible and villainous from the ground up. I cannot say this enough. With the fiber of all of my being, and I'm a very large individual, fuck the Salvation Army.
Okay, thinking about it now, Ramsey Bolton, not real, right?
No,
Ed Gein is dead. So
gone,
is Carl Deacon.
gone.
So Griffith isn't real and neither is Dio. But what is real and affects us every day that we see every time we go to the grocery stores? That villainous group called the Salvation Army.
Goddamn bell ringers.
The villainy goes to the Salvation Army.
Hey, we have a winner.
Because big corporations are the true villain in every story.
I laughed, but I cried a little bit on the inside.
All right. Well, we've come to the conclusion of our show. Thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for next episode where we might be discussing the best intros and outros and some music on albums.
Ooh.
And if you're asking what an album is, how old are you? We can do MP3s too, maybe an MP4.
Oh my god.
But you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and smash that like button because you know you want to hear, and hit that notification button because you want to know what we got coming out next.
Listen, I can't cry anymore anytime I see the words vintage and 90s put together. That hurts my feelings. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining us, and I hope you stick around. Hope you have fun.
Bye.
Bye.